Hi, welcome to BONITA'S Kitchen and thank you for joining us. Today I'm excited to bring to you a delicious recipe for a cherry loaf. Now, growing up here in Newfoundland and Labrador, cherry loaves, cherry cakes, cherry anything at Christmas time or seasonal was the big thing. So today I'm going to make a cherry loaf that you could make any time of the year when you feel like you need a nice little cake to sit down with a cup of tea. So if this interests you, stick around and let's get started.
Always on Bonita's kitchen to yours. Bonita's kitchen to yours.
So now what I'm going to start with, I'm going to use my mixer for helping me do this today, is 1 cup of butter or margarine, and you could be room temperature or it could be cold. It doesn't matter because you're going to blend it together with 1/2 cup of granulated white sugar or a sugar of choice, whatever you could use, and let that mix together and cream. Alright, so just cream that together like this until both of those ingredients are blended. And again, taking the butter and sugar down from the sides if need be. You can also mix this by hand, but giving it a nice creamy consistency is probably best to do it with a blender of any sort, of course. That was 1 teaspoonful of almond extract. I'm going to blend that again for just a moment, and then I'll tell you what's next. Alright, so after you got that done, what we're going to do, we're going to crack 2 eggs. I'm going to bring them closer over here by you. Raymond, how's that?
That sounds perfect to me.
If I'm going to crack this now with the shells in it, I'm probably going to. And I am. Couple of shells.
Shell on shell, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to take that one out now before we add it in there.
Yeah.
But it's excusing my reach there now. Hopefully I'm not blocking the view.
Yeah, it's looking good.
So I'm going to take that shell out, and Raymond is right, shell on shell. So you just put the shell back in and pull that other shell out, and that's it.
They act like magnets.
Yeah, it's easy as that for sure. We're going to add these in here one at a time, so I'll just dump one in first and turn on my mixer and get that creaming in there. Turn it off because it's a little noisy. Add in the other egg and let that blend around just till it's all incorporated, and you don't have to overmix it. That's pretty much all I'm going to do with that. So just cream it together just until it's all blended. So now what we're going to do, bring in here my flour, salt, baking powder, and my cherries. Now I'm going to be using 1 cup of cherries that's cut in 4 pieces from 1 cherry. This is baking cherries, we call it here in Newfoundland and Labrador, but you could use I guess maraschino cherries or whatever blend you can get.
Like cherry of choice.
Because I mean it's one of these things where I don't know what's in your grocery store, so fresh cherries it probably won't work the same, but you can try it. But definitely dried or baking cherries. That was 2 teaspoonfuls of baking powder, 1/2 teaspoonful of sea salt I put in there, and I got 2.5 cups of sifted flour. And what I'm going to do is take out here about 2 or 3 helpings of flour and put into these cherries just to coat them, and we'll talk about that in a moment. But I'm going to gradually toss the flour into my bowl now and get this mixing, alternating with milk, and I'll show you that in a second. So what I got here is a can of evaporated milk. Now you could use, can you see that, Raymond?
Oh yes, yeah.
You can really only see a cow on it, but you could use whatever type of evaporated milk you get in the store, and I'm going to say preferably the cheapest one, because now these kind of things is expensive. Or you could use fresh milk if you want to, or if you can't have dairy products, you could use whatever milk that you drink, is what I'm going to say. So I'm going to toss in about half of it there into that mixture, and some more of that sifted flour. And I'm going to turn this on. So now I'm going to toss in the rest of that evaporated milk. Now I'm using a cupful. You could use a little more if you want the texture of the loaf to be a little different, and I'll show you what I mean by that in a moment. I'm just going to put that down and just blend that together. So pretty much that's all we need to do there. Again, taking it down from the sides, making sure that you got all of the flour and the ingredients equally mixed together. Now that's a nice texture for this loaf. You can have it a little more liquid if you wanted to add in some more of that evaporated milk, and you use your discretion on that. So with coating the cherries with flour, it helps the cherries from falling to the bottom of the pan when it starts to bake.
That's a good tip.
It is, Raymond, and you know what? That one is right from my grandmother, because she told her, my mother, and my mother told me, and it really do help with that sort of thing. With
Generation tip.
Exactly. Now you just fold this in now. You don't need to turn it on for a long time. Pretty much that stage is the quick stage, just folding it in. So now I'm going to take this over to my counter, and I'll tell you what else to do. Hi, Bonita here. If you're looking for ways to support Bonita's Kitchen channel while shopping on Amazon, don't forget to stop by to our new Amazon storefront to buy some kitchen gadgets or some things for your kitchen. So now, back to our video. Okay, so I'm just going to take my bowl off the mixer and take you in a little closer to show you what that batter looks like. So pretty much this is this delicious cherry loaf batter. It's absolutely delicious. And that almond extract, I love using that in these cherry loaves. So what we're going to do now, we're going to equally put this batter into 2 loaf pans. Now you can make one big one or 2 small ones. My loaf pans are about, what, 5 by 9?
Yeah.
I'm going to say.
Pretty well.
Yeah. So
That's a good guess.
So they're small. They're old and they're small. These pans was Raymond's mother's, and of course they've had a lot of baking done.
I'll tell you, I'm not saying my age, but I wasn't very old when I remember where she went to a little store in Upper Ronald Cove and got all of those.
Got bought them. And now what I did is, well, put some parchment paper in the bottom. You don't have to do that if your pans don't stick. Now I'm going to put these in the other pan, and then I'll tell you how long to bake them for. So pretty much that's all you need to do there, is just get evenly put into the pans. Now you can make one big pan, because I'm making 2, because I got to have one for my mom and Aunt Clara. If I just make one for myself, that would be a problem. Hey, Raymond? A big problem. Yes. So pretty much all I'm going to do after that, well, I'm going to tell you the time, is I'm going to put a couple of cherries on the top of the cake. So I'm going to show you that. It's pretty much just like this. I can bring you in a little closer and show you, but if you can see that, that's great. And we're going to preheat our oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. And we're going to be putting these delicious loaves in there in the middle rack for anywhere from 45 minutes to 1 hour until toothpick clean. I'm going to show you mine when they're done, and I can't wait to have a piece and have a taste.
And a cup of tea.
A cup of tea. Oh my, so delicious. So, our cherry loaf is baked. Let's take it to the counter and I'll show you what that looks like. Now just look at these 2 delicious looking cherry loaves. Now, it would be one big one if one wanted to make it into one pan.
But 2 is better.
Well, this is because I get to bring some to
know,
Mom.
yeah.
You know, if I don't bring her down one of these today, she's going to be just so mad
Yeah.
with me.
Yeah.
So this is it. And it's so tasty. What we're going to do is let it cool down. And then I'm going to cut off a piece. Now, I don't know about you guys, but we love little cherry cakes or cherry loaves, pound cakes. It's nice to have on hand because you could cut them up in pieces, freeze them, take them out if you're expecting company. Now with these here today, like I was saying, I got one for us, one for Mom and Aunt Clara. I got in the fridge some cream cheese icing that we had from a different recipe because we're always making them. I want this to skim over the top of this one, even though those cherries looks nice there, but I'm going to duplicate those cherries again by putting it on top of the icing. It's still warm. I'm just going to show you what it looks like. It's probably going to melt all off, but me and Raymond don't mind because
it's going to melt eventually.
we're going to eat it anyway. But
Yeah.
truly, you just wait until it's cool and then you can do this with yours. Look how cute this little loaf is. Like I said, he would be a lot bigger if I didn't have the batch because it is for just one loaf. But I wanted to just make these two little ones. So the just is, because this is really hot, putting some icing over the top. If you're going to be serving it right away, if you're keeping it for a special occasion, we'll just leave it like it is and then put cherries on top of it like this. And that way it'll make it extra special.
And I just one little note, be truthful with you, from this side of the camera,
Yeah.
where you can see that it's starting to melt a little bit.
Kinda
it
looks
makes
nice.
it look, yeah.
Yeah.
it's,
Well, yeah, and then you can, then it's got its own design. But really, it's supposed to be cold. We're not waiting for it to cold. We're going to cut
No.
into it. And now I'm going to have a little taste. Same to Raymond. I better cut into this cake real quick here now before I lose all of my icing that I got on there. Just look at this delicious cake inside here. And I'm going to have a little taste. And the cherries is equally distributed too. I'm going to show you. Turn this here and just look. Maybe Raymond will come in a little closer after and just to see what that
you
looks
did
like.
say come in a little bit closer? Oh, that was for a little taste, probably. Ah,
There you go.
ta-ta.
Thank you, Raymond.
Two thumbs up.
I
Yeah,
will.
definitely.
2 thumbs up, even with the icing on it. Oh my gosh. Cherry cake, cherry loaf. It doesn't matter what you want to make it as. It is one of my favorite childhood memories as well, with Mom or my grandmother making these delicious loaves.
Oh,
Enjoying it, Raymond?
Oh, definitely 2 thumbs up, mouthful, the old kitten caboodle.
Raymond's going to come in and show you this little now. Just look. Now, don't that look good? And you are wanting to make one of these today. And all of the cherries is just distributed in there equally. Oh my gosh. Raymond? 2 thumbs
2
up.
thumbs up. Drop the fork, delicious.
We're going to stop here now. This is enough. We got to finish another piece of this delicious cherry loaf. And we're going to leave you the recipe in under this video. And if you can't find it there, you can send us a message at bonita'skitchen@gmail.com. Stop by to our Facebook page or just scoot over to our website, www.bonita'skitchen.com. So, as well, we're not going to take any more of your time. We truly know it's precious. And on behalf of myself, Raymond, and our team, and from our kitchen to yours,
You have a wonderful day. And toodaloo.
Join us by the sea. A journey in culinary. Always an open door. Bonita's kitchen to yours. Bonita's kitchen. To yours.
And don't forget to join us again on Bonita's Kitchen.
That's Bonita's Kitchen.